James Lupton, delighted to be joined on Zoom today with Mark Tibbs. Mark, how are you?
Lovely, thanks, James. How are you doing, mate? You good?
Very well, thank you. Very well. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for joining me tonight. I want to start off, big fight recently announced in the heavyweight division. Anthony Joshua coming back after his back-to-back losses to Usyk against Jermaine Franklin. First of all, what do you make of that fight as a comeback fight?
Yeah, I think it's a good fight for Anthony Joshua. Reason being, he's with a new coach now. He's not looked great. Obviously, he got beaten his last three or four performances. He ain't looked good. So watching him fight Dillian Whyte, Franklin, I think that's a good fight for Anthony Joshua. Yes, for sure.
In terms, you mentioned the new trainer, it's Derek James. We don't know how long he's been working with Derek, but is this fight potentially too soon for them to really gel as coach and fighter?
Well, I don't think so. Not really. I mean, Anthony's been around for a long time now. He's done it all. He's been at the highest of levels, and I don't know Derek James, what he's like as a coach or how he operates. So, but it shouldn't take. Listen, the longer the better. But listen, if he's a good coach, he'll be able to implement some honesty into Anthony and get him back doing what he does best. Yeah.
Would it be, or I say if it's yourself in Derek James's position, you've seen Anthony obviously have a couple of losses, but also chop and change trainer quite frequently. You had Robert Garcia for the one fight. Would that worry you as a coach? Why would a fighter chop and change so regularly?
Well, it's difficult for me to say that, but it's not a good sign, is it? It's not a good sign. So, I guess that's Anthony Joshua's problem. Do you know what I mean? So that would be his problem, and why he can't settle with a trainer. But I think he was mad offloading Robert McCRACKEN, to tell his truth. But it is what it is, and he is where he is, and he can reign again if he does what he does best, and how he used to fight.
Do you believe that he can get back to the very top? When you've got lots of Tyson Fury performing the way he is, obviously Usyk beaten AJ twice. Can AJ get back to being the man in the heavyweight division?
Not why the Alexanders and the Tyson Furies are at the top of the pedestal. No, they're always going to be his governor, in my opinion. But he's got everything in place to get him there. So if they get him there again, and then two ain't at the top, or he can be at the top, if you know what I'm saying. Does that make sense, James?
Absolutely. Now, in terms of, you mentioned earlier Dillian Whyte, obviously he fought Franklin last time out, and obviously Dillian and AJ had history. You've worked with Dillian for a long time. You know Dillian very well. There's talk of the potential rematch. If AJ gets through Franklin, they're talking about a Dillian Whyte too. How do you see that going this time round, now that they're both sort of matured and it's a long time down the line?
Yeah, that'd be a good seller for sure. If AJ wins his next fight, I think that's a no-brainer, that fight for sure. But how do I see that going? That's a real 50-50 fight. If both of them can get back to where they was, it will be one hell of a humdinger. But at the minute, probably edge AJ a little bit. But just at the minute, going on Dillian's last couple of performances. But it would be a cracking fight, and I pray and hope that comes off, because as a boxing fan, that's a good fight, especially for us Brits.
No, definitely. I mentioned there's a bit of history between the two of them. Obviously, before the first fight, they didn't like each other. They made that very clear. As a boxing fan, Mark, do you prefer that when there is genuine needle and spice between the two fighters? Do you think that makes for a better fight?
Well, in my experience, when there is a bit of needle and a bit of spike, and it gives it, you know, it fires everyone up and that. But listen, at the end of the day, a true professional gets up and gets the job done no matter what. So it's about, you know, if you're involved with a big spicy ordeal, it does, you know, it adds fuel to the fire for everyone in the camp. But it's yeah, but that will be a brilliant trilogy, I guess, because Dillian won the first fight in the amateurs, and obviously AJ beat Dillian in the professionals, and this would be a great trilogy. So yeah, that would be the you know, they would be, one's going to have one over the other, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely. And one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you about the heavyweight scene is because obviously you've got the Romford Bull in your gym, Johnny Fisher, you know, a massive ticket seller, a massive fan favourite. He's got all the ingredients to get to where these guys are we've been talking about. Just talking about Johnny Fisher, and first of all, what it's like to work with him.
Johnny's a fantastic human being. He's got you know, he's just a lovely gentleman. He's a proper gentleman, and he's a great athlete too. He can back it up. He's got bundles of energy, bundles of strength, and he's now channeling it, you know, in the right way as a professional boxer. But he's as I say, he's you know, he's a beautiful guy to work with, and nothing's never too much for him. And he's out in Las Vegas at the minute in the Joe Joyce camp, so he's had a great opportunity there. I think this might be his second or third time he's been there with Joe. And I was saying today to one of the boys in the gym what a great opportunity it has been for Johnny, because he is actually living in the house of a guy in Joe Joyce that has been through the system. He's been through the amateur system, right through to the professional system, and is now knocking on doors to world titles himself. Joe Joyce, that is. So Johnny Fisher is getting bundles and bundles of he's learning all the time, being around a guy like Joe Joyce, for sure, 100%. So I'm sure he'll be embracing that and soaking it all up, because he's that kind of guy, Johnny. As you know, he was a university graduate. He's of that learning. If you know what I'm saying, James.
Absolutely. Does it show how much trust and faith you have in Johnny and Johnny has in you? The fact that he's in Vegas without you, that he's out there, and you can still trust him to go out there and learn and do his job.
Well, this is what it is. You know, you can't rob a young man of an opportunity like that, and I really know where he is right now in his boxing life, and S-Jam, his management, are doing a great job in managing that situation and managing his career. So you know, how I look at it is, I'm getting you know, I've worked from the start with him, with Johnny, but he's now getting seasoned. He's getting flavour sprinkled on him, and as long as it's all done balanced and at the right time and pace, he can only get better from being in situations and camps like that. You know what I mean, James?
Definitely. You said that Johnny's got bundles of energy, bundles of strength. What about potential? Just talk to me about how much of potential this boy's got.
Yes, he's got every chance, you know, to get. Listen, once he wins the British title, the world is his oyster, and he's got there's no reasons why he shouldn't fight for the British title, and I believe he will win a British title, all in good time. He's on the March the 11th. He's having his 8th pro fight, I believe. He's only his 8th pro fight, but he's and it's in that first 8 rounder. So listen, by the end of this year, we'll be knocking on doors to titles for sure. And he's got, as I say, he's got every opportunity to fight for big titles for sure, because he's got that strength, he's got that power, but he will get that wisdom. That wisdom comes with experience, and that's all it is. And you know, you can't rush this. You can't rush these things. And you know, before he knows where he is, 3 or 4 years will be down the line, and he will be into big significant fights for sure.
You mentioned knocking on the door of titles at the end of the year. As you say, it's his first 8-rounder in March in Liverpool. Now, will he be looking to go straight to the British title? Is that the plan, or are you looking at potential English title first? What is the route, or is there a plan yet?
Well, I'm sure there's a plan. Adam Morale, Johnny's manager, you know, we meet from time to time, and we'll be meeting soon. We met to discuss this opponent, and you know, we chip away, and I'm sure SJM have got plans for Johnny, and we always liaise with each other, and you know, put the thumbs up or the thumbs down, and that's how we work. But yeah, listen, as I say, it's his first 8-rounder on March the 11th in Liverpool, and you know, I myself like to go on performance by performance, if you know what I mean, and chip away, work on, make sure, you know, we iron out things that we saw last time in his previous fight, make sure he looks smoother. And as I said before, wisdom comes, wisdom in timing and patience, behind that left leg, snap that jab, feint that jab, slip their jab, and crack timing. Got to get the timing right, because it's all about timing, as Tunde AJ says. But no, distance as well. Distance and timing comes with experience. Yeah, and listen, as I say, he's doing a great job in perfecting the boxing science.
He certainly is, and you're doing a great job with him as well.